What's going on, my friends? This is King Solomon back with another video, and I just want to share my quick thoughts on different things that I've been hearing, different videos I've been seeing about Kevin Samuels, and a lot of these Kevin Samuels exposed videos are now coming out, right? And so a lot of people are like, oh, look at that, yeah, look at the documents, look what the stuff says, he not really high value, blah, 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 blah. All these things that a lot of people are saying about Kevin Samuels. So my personal thoughts is, so what does that have to do with the message that he's saying? And I understand a lot of people will say, yeah, but if you're saying this and this and this and that, okay. The man has already talked about how, he's worked different jobs and everything like that. And actually, I look at that as to say that's even a greater story, right? That's even a greater story if you can come from a certain type of background, or you can fall on hard times or whatever, and pull yourself up. You know what I'm saying? So I look at that and I'm saying, like, that should be something that all men should look at and say, guess what? No matter where your background is, no matter where you come from, no matter what you're going through at the moment, because I think people are looking at it, it's like, yeah, back in 2007, he was working some little regular job, making only a certain amount of money, not that much, blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, okay, but look where he's at today. You know what I mean? Look at that. That's even more impressive. That's even more impressive. That's not something to diss a man about. That's not something to pull a man down about. Look at the message that he's saying. Is the message that he's saying something practical and something that people can learn from, families can learn from, women can learn from, men can learn from? You know what I mean? Even the stuff that he used to say about men, how he used to say men should, like, not everything I would always agree with what he says, and this is another thing, because I find a lot of men that are doing this. And here's my thing. Me personally, I think that you can have a disagreement with a man. You could disagree with a man's point of view. You could strongly disagree with a man's point of view. You can look at one of my other videos where on this channel where I strongly disagree with a black man, right? But when you get to the point where you're trying to go into his past, you're trying to do the FBI work and dig and court documents and this, oh, come on, man. That is something different, man. I think that's a different type of energy that you're coming with when you're doing all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, when you're trying to dig through bank records and oh yeah, he owed this and that and blah, blah, this is the parking ticket. Oh, come on. Like, that's just a different type of energy. But this is what it is, and as men, this is another thing to look at. When you start to build yourself up, when you start to put yourself out there, when you start to have a message for people, guess what? These are the things that come with it. You know what I mean? These are literally the things come with it. People want to go into your past. People want to find out what your ex-girlfriends thought about you. If you have kids, and what your auntie and your great aunt's cousin, mother's, father's, brother, what they thought about you and what they think about you. These are all the things that come with it. When you start to climb up that ladder of success, or once you start to, speak out about certain things, these are the things that come with it. And, as men, we just got to be prepared for that. We got to be prepared, as I said, when you speak your mind, when you talk about certain things, these are the things that's going to come with it. So, men, don't be afraid of those things. Look at that as a lesson. Also, let's not tear down other black men. Yes, you can have a disagreement with somebody. You could strongly disagree. You might not even like Kevin Samuels, but you should still be able to have respect for whatever a person's doing, the work that somebody's doing, even if you don't necessarily agree with it or disagree with it. You know what I'm saying? But because even as I know somebody's gonna point it out. I know somebody's gonna be like, "Yo, but weren't you going at a black man on one of your other videos? Weren't you doing that?" And guess what? In that same video, you could look, and the first thing I prefaced it with and said, I disagree with this brother's idea, but You should check out his content, and the content that him and his platform that he has. This is some good content, and I still watch it to this day. It's very good. I just had a disagreement with that one particular thing that man said. So again, let's support each other as black men. Let's not try to tear each other down. And these are things that we got to look out for as men as we're climbing that ladder. The older you get, you might be a young man, you might be a man who's middle-aged, whatever. As you start to build yourself up, and that's the funny thing about life. Life is so funny that 5 years ago you could be in a situation where you might be down and out, and the next thing you know, boom. You know what I'm saying? You're in a totally different environment, you're making totally different money, and you're doing totally different things. That's the great thing about life. Life is something that's so funny. You could be up one day and down the other, or you could be down one day and you could come up and you could be making, finding success at an exponential level, So, that's just the beauty of life. That's the beauty of life, brothers. So I'm not going to make this too long. This is King Solomon. I'm going to continue to try to drop more videos, man. Sometimes it just gets busy. But I'm going to continue to drop more videos. Guys, check out my other stuff, my other content. I like to drop a lot of history stuff. If that's not your thing, just bear with it. There's a lot of good content in there. That's my thing. I love the history stuff. I'm going to try to come up with a lot of different other content as well. But like and share and subscribe. Thank you for your support, brothers. I'll see you on the next one.